Now we learn our first move going backwards, 2 steps backwards. This move is called white crane spreads wings because it looks very much like one of those beautiful white cranes doing their mating dance or whatever it is with the arms spread like that. Now we start off, let me just demonstrate for you one time. We start off in ball holding cat stance on the right, diagonal step back, the arms don't move yet, but then as we shift the weight back to empty step, one hand comes up, the other hand goes down. Then we form the ball on the left side, diagonal step back with the right foot, and as we shift the weight back, white crane spreads wings on the other side, and then we form the ball back in ball holding cat stance on the right and down to balanced position. Let me explain first the martial arts application of this move. This is if someone is coming toward us with raising their hand with a stick to hit us over the head with a stick. For instance, if they're coming like this towards us and trying to hit us over the head with a stick like this, the stick is coming down like this. So if we're over here, what we're doing is we're bringing this hand up and knocking the stick aside, while the other hand presses down alongside our body for stability and strength. From ball holding position with the right hand on top, the left hand comes forward and up as the right hand drops down to the side. When the left hand gets up to about this height, we turn the palm outward as we strike the stick. This is a rotation movement of the forearm, and we'll find this in a couple of other moves. Why does the forearm rotate as it strikes the stick? So that as the forearm hits the stick, this bone is rotating and the stick hits a glancing blow, which means it doesn't hurt our arm. This is a common martial arts technique, to rotate the arm at the moment of impact with a stick or with someone else's arm. So let's take just the arm work, and we'll do just one arm at a time. First of all, form the ball with the right hand on top, because that's where we'll be starting. Now, the lower hand is going to come up to strike the stick aside. So let's just drop the right hand. Bring your left hand forward and up. The palm faces inward, so you're looking at your palm until it gets about this high. Then you rotate the palm outward and move the arm to the side as you strike the stick. Don't move your arm way out here. It doesn't have to go that far out. We only want it to go just to the side of our body like that. So practice that again. Left palm up at the waist. Bring the hand forward and up in an arc. The palm faces inward until you get up here. Then turn the palm outward. Knock the stick aside so that your palm is basically vertical. That's white crane spreads wings for the left hand, knocking the stick aside. What does the right hand do? Bring the right hand up, it's on top of the ball. It simply comes down the front of the body to the side of the hip. The palm is horizontal, pressing down toward the floor for strength. It gives strength on this side of the body while the left arm is knocking the stick aside. Let's try both arms together. Right hand on top of the ball, left hand on the bottom of the ball. Now, if you bring your left hand straight up and your right hand straight down, they hit each other. So that doesn't work. What you want to do is bring your left hand forward so the right hand drops inside close to the body. As the left hand comes forward and up, right hand presses down, left hand turns out, left hand knocks the stick aside. One more time, ball holding on the right side, left hand comes forward, right hand drops inside, left hand comes up, left palm turns out, knocks the stick aside, right palm presses down. Good. Now, let's try that on the other side. Left hand on top of the ball, right hand on the bottom of the ball, palm facing up. This time, the stick is coming down from over there. So, it's the right hand that comes forward, left hand drops inside, right hand comes up, turns out, knocks the stick aside. Let's try just the right hand. Right hand, the palm is up at belt level. It comes forward and up. When it gets up to here, turn the palm out, knock the stick aside. Left hand would be at the top of the ball, Left hand simply drops straight down the front of the body to the side of the hip, pressing the palm down. Let's try both hands. Left hand on top of the ball. Right hand comes forward, left hand drops inside, right hand comes up and turns out, knocks the stick aside. Good. Now, let's add the footwork to that. We start off with our weight on the right leg, the left foot in cat stance. We've just come forward doing brush knee and push, 2 steps forward. We've ended up in ball holding cat stance on the right. The first thing that happens when we go back is our diagonal step. We step off to the side, just the ball of the foot rests on the floor. The arms don't move yet. The stick is coming down over here. So we shift our weight back to get a little bit away from the stick. The left hand comes up, right hand drops down. Left hand turns out and knocks the stick aside. One more time, come forward to ball holding cat stance on the right. Diagonal step back. Then the left hand comes forward and up. Right hand presses down. Left hand turns out and knocks the stick aside. Good. Come back to balanced position and let's try that on the other side now. Form the ball. Left hand on top. Weights on the left leg. Right foot's in cat stance. This time now, the right foot goes back diagonally. The arms don't move yet. But then as we shift the weight back to empty step, right hand comes forward and up, left palm presses down, right hand turns out, knocks the stick aside. Come forward to ball holding cat stance on the left. Diagonal step. As you shift your weight back, right hand comes forward and up. Right hand turns out, knocks the stick aside, left hand presses down. Try and keep your upper body vertical. Don't bend to one side or the other. Don't lean forward or back, just stay nice and vertical. All right, so that's white crane on both sides. Now, after we've done the white crane movement, we return to ball holding position. So let's show you what this looks like. Starting with ball holding cat stance on the right, first thing is diagonal step back. Shift the weight back to empty step, left hand comes forward, knocks the stick aside, right hand presses down. Now what we need to do is form the ball on the left side. The thing you have to remember is turn your left palm in. The one that has just turned out, you turn it right back in. Then relax your shoulder and your elbow and bring your hand down to form the top of the ball. Meanwhile, you bring your right hand forward, bring it up to form the bottom of the ball, bend the elbow, bring it in, and then draw your right foot back to cat stance. All right, let's just take the arm work, forget about the footwork for a moment. We're starting with ball holding on the right side. Left hand comes forward and up, right hand drops inside. Left hand turns out and knocks the stick aside. Then the left hand immediately turns right back in. Relax your shoulder and elbow. Bring your left hand down to form the top of the ball. Bring the right hand up, bending the elbow, to form the bottom of the ball. One more time, just the arm work. Ball holding with the right hand on top. Remember, left hand comes forward, right hand drops inside. Right hand presses down, left hand comes up, turns out, knocks the stick aside. Then the left hand turns in again. Bend the elbow, relax the shoulder, form the ball on the left side. Now we're ready to do white crane on the other side. This time the stick's coming down over there. So the lower hand is going to come up, the right hand is going to come up and knock the stick aside. Right hand comes forward, left hand drops inside, left hand presses down, right hand comes up, palm turns out, knocks the stick aside. White crane spreads wings. Then turn the palm in again. Relax the shoulder and elbow. Bring the right hand down to form the top of the ball. Bring the left hand in and up to form the bottom of the ball. And we're back to ball holding on the right side. Let's take that one more time, starting from the left. Ball holding cat stance on the left. Right hand comes forward and up, turns out, knocks the stick aside. Then the right hand turns in. Bring it down to form the top of the ball while you bring the left hand up to form the bottom of the ball. So we can do that on both sides now. If you're starting with ball holding on the right side, left hand comes forward and up, turns out, right hand presses down, we knock the stick aside. Then the left hand turns in, form the ball with the left hand on top. Other side, right hand comes forward and up, turn the hand out, knock the stick aside, turn the right hand in again, bring it down to form the top of the ball, and we're back where we started. Now let's put that together with our footwork. Starting with ball holding cat stance on the right, left foot diagonal step back. As you shift your weight back, white crane spreads wings. Left hand comes forward and up, turns out, knocks the stick aside. Now the weight's solidly on the left leg. We're going to be pulling the right foot back to cat stance. Turn your left hand in, form the ball on the left, pull the right foot back into cat stance. Now we do a diagonal step back with the right foot, and as we shift the weight back to empty step, right hand comes forward and up, turns out, knocks the stick aside. The weight is now on the right side. We're going to form the ball on the right side. We're going to pull the left foot back to cat stance. Turn your right hand in, form the ball on the right side while you pull the left foot back to cat, and down to balanced position. Very good. Now take a look at white crane spreads wings from the side in the mirror, and notice how the arm movements coordinate with the leg movements. Starting with ball holding cat stance on the right. My right knee is bent, my left leg is in cat stance. First thing that happens is the left foot steps back in the diagonal step. Only the ball of the foot rests on the floor. I haven't shifted my weight back, and I haven't moved my arms. But then, as I shift back, lowering the heel, bending the left knee, my left hand comes up, right hand drops inside. Left hand turns out to knock the stick aside, right hand presses down. Then, left hand turns in, comes down to form the top of the ball, as I pull the right foot back into cat stance. And we have one more step back, right foot diagonal step, shifting the weight back, my right hand comes up, left hand presses down, right hand turns out to knock the stick aside. Then, right hand turns back in, I form the ball on the right side and pull my left foot into cat stance. All right? Watch that one more time. Do it along with me as we go back 2 steps. White crane spreads wings. Ball holding cat stance on the right. Left foot diagonal step. Left hand comes forward and up. Right hand drops inside. Left hand turns out, knocks the stick aside. Left hand turns in. Form the ball on the left. Right foot in cat. Right foot diagonal step back. As we shift the weight back, the right hand comes forward, left hand drops inside, right hand knocks the stick aside, right hand turns in, comes down to form the top of the ball in cat stance, and come down to balanced position. Now we know 2 steps forward with brush knee and push, and 2 steps back doing white crane spreads wings. Let's do that little sequence. Brush knee and push 2 steps forward, white crane 2 steps back. Starting from balanced position, let's do the traditional opening. This is how we would start our Tai Chi sequence. Bring your hands up, bend your elbows and wrists so the arms come up nice and easy. Your legs are straight. But then as the hands come down, bend your knees, bring your hands down alongside your hips with the palms facing the floor. Let's do that one more time. Traditional opening, legs are straight, arms float up, then sink down, bending the knees. Now we shift into ball holding cat stance. Shift your weight to the right and form the ball with the right hand on top. Bring your left foot into cat stance. Now we're going 2 steps forward with brush knee and push. First, turn your left hand down to block the kick. Then heel step. Shift forward to bow stance, block the kick with the left hand and push with the right, brush knee and push. Bring the left hand up to form the top of the ball, bring the right foot forward to cat stance. Other side, turn your body a little bit to the right, turn your right palm down. Right foot heel step. Shift forward, brush knee and push, right hand blocks the kick, left hand pushes. Now bring your right hand up to form the top of the ball. As you bring the left foot forward to cat stance, we're ready for white crane spreads wings, 2 steps back. Diagonal step. Shift back, left hand comes up, left hand turns out, knocks the stick aside, right hand pushes down. Left hand turns in, bring it down to form the top of the ball as you pull the right foot into cat. Right foot diagonal step. Shift your weight back, the right hand comes up, turns out, knocks the stick aside. Then the right hand turns in, form the ball on the right, pull the left foot back to cat. And we can repeat that again. Left hand turns down for brush knee and push. Heel step. Brush knee and push. Form the ball with the left hand on top, bring the right foot into cat stance. Right hand turns down, heel step. Brush knee and push. Form the ball with the right hand on top, left foot in cat. Going back, white crane. Diagonal step with the left foot. Left hand comes up and knocks the stick aside. Left hand turns in. Form the ball on the left, bring the right foot to cat. Right foot diagonal step. Right hand comes forward and up, knocks the stick aside. Turns in, form the top of the ball. Come down to balanced position. You can repeat that little sequence forward and back as often as you like. Now let's do brush knee and push, 2 steps forward, and white crane spreads wings, 2 steps back. Let's start with traditional opening. Hands float up, sink down. Ball holding cat stance on the right. Left hand turns down for brush knee and push. Heel step, brush knee and push. Bring the left hand up, form the ball on the left, right foot in cat. Right hand turns down. Heel step, brush knee and push. Bring the right hand up to form the top of the ball, left foot in cat. Going back, white crane. Diagonal step. Shift the weight back, bring the left hand up, knock the stick aside. Turn the left hand in, form the ball on the left, right foot in cat. Right foot diagonal step. Right hand comes up and knocks the stick aside. Right hand turns in, forms the ball, and down to balanced position. Now you can do that little sequence, that little mini sequence, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, as often as you want. You can just come back to ball holding cat stance and start forward again with brush knee and push as often as you want. Practice those steps forward and back until they become second nature. Let's do it one more time. Traditional opening, sinking down. Ball holding cat stance on the right. Left hand turns down. Heel step, brush knee and push. Left hand comes up to form the top of the ball, right foot in cat. Right hand turns down. Heel step, brush knee and push. Right hand forms the top of the ball. White crane spreads wings. Left foot diagonal. Left hand knocks the stick aside. Left hand turns in, forms the top of the ball. Right foot diagonal step. Right hand knocks the stick aside. Turns in, ball holding cat stance. And you could repeat the entire sequence. Practice that until it becomes second nature to you.